Hello, and welcome to another edition of our weekly unboxing. Yeah, let's get logged in and let's check it out. So, after crunching some numbers, really I just had more Unholy gear than Frost gear. What? You're playing a game, bud.
Oh, we're just gonna sit here. I'm back, guys.
Hey, you're on break. They're on break from school, so I figured I'd sneak in and check my chest. But yeah, anyway, so realistically, because I had the Devastation's Hour from N'Zoth heroic mode, which has crit and haste, which are perfect stats, a gem slot, and then also Twilight Devastation. It kind of freed up me to wear some of my higher level pants. So I made a couple of pairs of pants yesterday, trying to get some crit haste ones, but I can only farm so much Expulsum before it just gets expensive. So yeah, so that brings my overall equipped eye level up to 472. Ring wise, I still need some, like, maybe some higher level crit haste rings. That's kind of what I'm going for. The trinkets are pretty good. So I did a bunch of sims. I got a bunch of trinkets, but maybe a Resonance Gleaming Eye would be better than the Torment in a Jar. But so realistically, like a good pair of bracers, just anything. Well, obviously anything 475 is gonna be good. But I'm still gonna leave my loot spec set to Frost, because if I ever do get like a Frost weapon, then Frost will probably start outweighing. But realistically, from what I was seeing, looks like I was going to do about 10k more damage per second in a dungeon by going to Unholy, so I figured I would just mix it up a little bit. It's kind of end of the content, really. But yeah, so let's get logged in, and well, we're logged in. Let's open the chest, see what we get. Ring. Haste and versatility, 10 corruption. Increase the amount of critical strike you gain from all sources by 6%. So that would probably... So right now I'm at 34% crit. So if let's say I replace this 460 with this ring here. Oh, but it doesn't have crit on it. And it actually has less haste. So that's probably not going to be any better. So if it was so I have another, I might have even, oh yeah, I have the Seal of Regal Loa, which has a little more haste, but oh well, another dumb ring. That puts the Residium total up to 3,800, so next week I'll be able to try for another piece. I think I'm going to go for shoulders if I'm going to do Unholy. So I would lose Hard to Darkness, but if I get the right shoulders, it's about a 5, it's not much, it's like 1,000. I don't know, my gear is pretty much set from now. It's just very minor upgrades that I can get. Anyway, the key... 15 King's Rest, Fortified, Sanguine, Grievous, and Awakened. Grievous again? Not a big Grievous fan. Sanguine obviously is just going to make Grievous worse, because if you like step in a puddle, all of a sudden not only did you take a bunch of damage, but now you have a Grievous stack that has to be healed up. Fortified, you know, that'll make King's Rest more doable at a high level. But I don't know. I wish I feel like Grievous is probably the most unfair of all the affixes you can get. Maybe that's just me, but it's just like, because if you get behind, you're just behind, and sometimes you just can't catch up unless you, like, you know, drink a health pot or have like a big, like a lay on hands or something like that. Because like a lot of times if you're behind, if your healer's behind, then he's just gonna run out of mana. So, but all right, we'll just continue down the list. I ran less keys last week. It was just kind of a blah week overall, but I did get a 10 in on my hunter. So I also ran a key on my paladin, but it was just a 5 keys, so I'm not really gonna bother with that, or maybe I will. I don't know. All right. Anything but a gun, I think, is what we're going for. I got too many weapons right now. It's just not a bad problem to have, but. I did pick up I snagged a pretty good ring yesterday from the dungeon I ran. So rings are okay. Still a higher level ring would be good. Better belt, better pants, and yeah, belt, pants. It's kind of what we're looking for. So let's open it up, see what we get. Pants. Crit versatility with leech. So my pants I'm wearing do have corruption on them. So they have your spells and abilities have a chance to increase your mastery by 523 for 10 seconds. So I would sim those. Obviously I would cleanse the leech because that's a pointless stat for me. But 20 eye level upgrade. We'll see if the mastery is going to make that big of a difference for me. You guys might be able to hear the kids in the background. They're on break from school, so they're playing, I don't know if you've ever heard of headbands. It's where you, like, basically put a headband on, and then you have a card with a picture on it, and then you can ask yes and no questions to try to figure out what you are. So, kind of interesting. I do have enough to buy a Residium piece, so let's go do that. Let's see, I've got a 480 helmet, and that is it. I think I'm going to go for a chest piece. So I have... It sims okay for a chest piece, but it doesn't have Dance of Death or Rapid Reload on it. Or Primal Instincts. So I think those are the main 3 that I'm really looking for. But I honestly don't remember. But chest sounds good. I like chest pieces. This one, it doesn't have. Does it have? I don't think this one is actually from the raid. I think it's from Darkshore. Heroic Darkshore. So let's buy a chest piece and see what we get. There we go. Circuit linked chainmail. Oh, let's check out these talents. Feeding Frenzy, Serrated Jaws, Haze of Rage. It's probably comparable to the one I have. Probably better because it's higher eye level. Does have overwhelming power on it. Also unstable flames. So yeah, I'll just have to. I'm not gonna pick the talents right now. I'm cheap. I'll save the 10 gold when I ultimately reforge them. His key ended up being a 9 junkyard, so just a 9, but it wouldn't be. I don't know. I don't really like sanguine. I suppose when you're ranged, it's not as big of a deal. Most of my characters, though, obviously are melee. So if you get caught out in there, or if you get into like a Waycrest or something with tight hallways, and then all the floors blocked with sanguine, then it becomes an issue. So, but as a hunter, you know, you just stand back and pew pew and hope for the best. Oh, some realms are unavailable. This is probably the earliest I've ever tried to do one of these. Demon Hunter. I think I ran a 15 key on him last week. Ran a couple of keys. Cypher was healing, so we pushed his key, and I just snuck my Demon Hunter in there. Does pretty good damage. His eye level is not where my DK's is at, but I don't play him as much. So weapons I think are mostly what I would really want. So a nice 475 weapon would be a pretty big, whoop, I guess I clicked it. I didn't realize. Spyglass. More freaking trinkets, man. Yeah, so Spyglass is probably pretty good, stacking critical strike. I didn't even realize I clicked the chest. Oh well. I'll definitely have to run a sim for that. So I have a lot of trinkets. I actually got a loaded dice in that 15 I did as well. So I have, like, you know, the big ones. I guess the one from Shrine that drops the haste, that would be a good one to have. And I got the versatility trinket from Raiden last week. I would prefer the haste one, but his key is a 14-way Chris Manor, so I'm talking about hallways and sanguine, and should be fun. At least on my demon, my Death Knight, I can do AMS, and that you don't take any damage from the sanguine. So, all right, well, those are the keys. Hopefully, I'll run some keys this week. I think a lot of people are starting to take breaks and stuff like that. There's just a lot of outside stress that's bleeding over in the game, and it's making it not fun. So I think a lot of people are going to take a break this week. Still going to try to get some keys in. I like to do keys. At least, you know, you got to get the weekly chest. Like, that's about all you can get at this point. You know, unless I start really trying to push Mythic, which I'm not really interested in doing, and I just don't think it's going to happen for a few more months. The allies are really behind as far as making it to where you can really pug it. So I think the Horde's, what is it, the Hall of Fame? I don't pay a lot of attention to this stuff, but the Horde is pretty much good Hall of Fame wise, and the Alliance have like hardly any people that have cleared Mythic N'Zoth, which is how you can make it cross realm, because right now it's not cross realm. So, and I don't know, finding 20 people when you're a heroic guild is pretty challenging, especially people that are like ready to go do it and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I did venture to the grocery store today, scooped up so they had the kind of toilet paper that we usually buy, so I just bought some. I wasn't gonna just buy whatever just because it was there, because we don't need much. We're about halfway through our previous pack, but people are crazy, man. I just scoop that stuff up for no reason. So anyway, hope everyone has a good week. Hope everyone's enjoying their time at home. I know the school for the kids at home has been, you know, I'm all set up, but it just means like during school I still can't play, even if I'm home, because they're using all my computers. But all right, guys, well, have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out.